कितना अच्छा होता कि अगर आप एक इंटरव्यू के लिए जा रहे हैं एंड यू नो व्हाट ही इज गोइंग टू आस्क, व्हाट ही इज लुकिंग फॉर। अगर आपको ये पता है कि इंटरव्यूअर आपसे क्या पूछेगा और वो क्या देख रहा है, तो आपके लिए सक्सेस बहुत इजी हो जाता है। और ये हर कैंडिडेट जो इंटरव्यू के लिए जा रहा है उसको जानना बहुत जरूरी है कि इंटरव्यूअर आप में क्या देख रहा है और क्या आपको रिस्पॉन्स करना है, ताकि आपकी सफलता उस इंटरव्यू में गारंटेड हो। इस वीडियो में मैं आपके साथ यही शेयर करने वाला हूं कि व्हाट इज हायरिंग मैनेजर लुकिंग फॉर एन इंटरव्यू। Hiring manager is the person who is trying to hire his team members. And typically he look for three things. One, do you have the qualification, experience and expertise to fulfill that role or not? Second, he is looking for whether you are cultural fit or not. Third, he is looking for soft skill which makes you align to his team and his company or not. So typically these are three things which are being looked into in you by the interviewer. The first important thing which any hiring manager look in you is relevant educational qualification and experience. Now, if say 100 people have applied for that job, then 10 would get shortlisted for interview. Now, everybody will have the right educational qualification, and that is how he has been shortlisted for interview. What you need to do is, first thing you need to write the relevant qualification, experience and what you have done in your profile so that you get shortlisted for interview. Now, when you are reaching the interview stage, you need to articulate very clearly what you have done. For example, if you are in project management, you can say that with my qualification and experience, I was assigned a project in my current organization and I have completed that project 2 weeks in advance with a cost saving of 20%. So 2 weeks and 20% cost saving, this is the outcome. This will impress the hiring manager, and that's what you need to focus on, the outcome which you have achieved. Second thing which every hiring manager look in a candidate is evidence of problem solving skill. They will ask you certain question by which they would like to know how have you solved the problem, because they are hiring you because they feel that you will be adding certain value and you will be addressing the problem which company is facing. So you need to give certain tangible example which give the evidence that you have solved the problem in the current organization, and hence you will be solving the problem for them also. For example, instead of saying I worked in sales and I have increased the sales percentage in my current organization, you say that in my current organization recently in Q3 the sales dropped by 20%. I went back and analyzed customer feedback. I went back and analyzed last 3 years customer data, and I could find out 3 insights on which I worked, which helped me in focused approach towards customer in Q4, because of which I not only retained the customer share but increased the sales by 20%, which led to additional revenue of 1 crore for my current company. Evidence is important. Your story is not important. Everybody will go and tell their story. What is important is the number by which you are able to show that you really contributed, you really solved the problem, and the organization achieved because of your effort, and that will create a huge impact in the interview. The third thing which any hiring manager is looking in a candidate is passion for the role and the company. Remember, company has option because they are interviewing 7-8 candidates. You don't have an option. So this is one area which you really need to focus on. And how do you focus? First, you need to read about the role. Second, you need to read about the company. What are the core values of the company? What is the current thing which company is focusing on? For example, the company is focusing on sustainability. So instead of saying what all you have done, you focus on sustainability. That, sir, in my current organization, I am part of the sustainability team who is working on 2 ESG projects, because of which we are trying to reduce the carbon footprint which is emitted by our employees, whatever you are working. So give certain concrete project which indicates that you are extremely responsible and you are extremely interested for the role in the company and for that particular company. The next thing which every hiring manager focuses on, track record of good results. If you are especially an experienced candidate, you might be a star performer in current organization, but that is not enough. What they are looking for, have you performed consistently over last 3-4 years time? Because one success might be a fluke, but if you are successful for last 3-4 years time, which will establish that you are a star performer, and come whatever situation, however difficult situation may be, you will perform better. The next thing which any hiring manager is looking for, long-term potential. Because remember, hiring manager is the person in whose team you will be working. Suppose if I am hiring for my organization, if I am the hiring manager, you will be working for my team. So I am not looking at your immediate role fitment, I am also looking at how आप एक लंबी रेस के घोड़ा हैं या नहीं हैं, आप एक लंबे समय तक कंसिस्टेंटली अच्छा काम कर सकते हैं या नहीं कर सकते हैं. So having long-term potential is very, very important. So for example, if you're working in human resources, so if you have 3 years of experience or 4 years of experience, you may be working in one domain, for example, talent acquisition. So he is currently hiring you for talent acquisition, but he is also looking at whether you have the acumen and you have the potential to work in talent management and other area of human resources or not. So in the interview, hiring manager, along with your immediate fitment, he is also looking at long-term prospect for you in that organization. And if you exhibit that long-term prospect, then your chances of success is very, very high, which you need to articulate in your interview through your interest, through your experience, and what more you can do for the company. You have to exhibit your potential and impress that hiring manager. Another area which every hiring manager focuses quite strongly is team player. You are going to work in his existing team. So he is going to see that once they hire you, whether you will be able to adapt the current team or not, whether you will be able to work with that team or not. And that you need to exhibit in the interview by certain examples. For example, you can say that I joined this organization 3 years back, and when I joined this organization, everybody else was very, very new to me. So I started interacting with each individual, try to understand what kind of work they are doing, and I was learning from each of them. I encouraged them, I shared certain feedback them in a very positive manner, by which they initially in 3 months only they started treating me as my best friend, and that helped me in gelling with the team, that helped me in contributing to the team better, and we were the star performing team in that organization. Your interpersonal skill, how are you talking to people, how are you interacting with people, are you able to gel well with them or not, your communication. So these are certain things which every hiring manager evaluate whether you will be fitting into that team or not, and whether you will be strengthening that team or not. And the last thing which every hiring manager look for in you is unique value proposition. What unique thing which you are bringing to the team, to the company. And how do you do that? You need to focus on your expertise, your qualification, your experience, your extracurricular activity which you have acquired in that skill. Now, this is something which will make you different than other candidates. For example, if you have worked on any project with, say, artificial intelligence or any of the area which is not very popular, which is not very common, that you must articulate in the interview. For example, if you have worked any business development for an NGO, everybody does summer project in large organization or mid-sized organization, but if you have done a project in an NGO, that means you are a little different, because you took that pain, you are different than others. That is something which you need to focus in that interview to impress that hiring manager. So next time when you go for interview, keep these 7 things in mind and answer accordingly so that you are able to make that impression and get success in every interview which you give. I hope this 7 tips on how to impress every hiring manager in interview was useful. What do you do more? What do you want to learn? If you have any questions, write in the comment box and I will be very happy to share my answers with you. I share video on how to get job and how to get success in your corporate life faster. If you have not subscribed to the channel, do subscribe and press the bell icon so that you get my video first. Thank you very much for watching and wish you all the best.